going ahead, Pragya, can you please read out what are joints?
Okay, ma'am. Joints. The place where two or more bones meet are termed as joints. In vertebrates, there are three kinds of joints: immovable or fixed joints, or fibrous joints. B. Slightly movable or cartilaginous joints. C. Freely movable or perfect joints, or synovial joints.
Correct. Correct. So,
can I ask a doubt with the joints? Ma'am, that in the second one they are telling like slightly movable or cartilaginous joints. Like we are having for our nose and our ears, we are having cartilages. And what are they made up of?
what are cartilages made out of?
Yeah.
We will discuss. We will come to it. Cartilages are also made out of, very soft. They are not made out of basically, as strong materials as bones. Neither are they soft materials out of muscles. But then again, there are different sets of cells which, combine together to form a cartilaginous system. We will come to that, right? First, let's understand what are joints. Right, what are joints? Basically, whenever there are two bones, which has to join together, right? So in between there will be a joint. Nature has made human being, or maybe, many mammals, in such a way to provide or to enhance movement. There are joints, right? And
yes, ma'am. Also, tissues join two bones together that make joints.
Right. So this is what I was talking about. When you say tissues, these are those cartilaginous tissues. Right? When we say cartilage, it is made out of cartilage. It is made out of those cartilaginous tissues. Is that okay?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah.
Soft or hard?
See, it depends from which tissue are you talking about. For example, if you're talking about muscle cells, right? Muscle cells combine together to form muscle tissues. So these tissues will be soft. What are tissues? Tissues is basically a collection of cells. Collection of cells are known as tissues. So whatever cells be it, when they are collected, put together, maybe 1,000 cells together form a tissue. And many tissues combine together to form an organ. Many organs combine together to form an organ system. And the organ system makes the human body. Right? Just to give you an example, the human body has respiratory system, skeletal system, circulatory system. These are all the systems. If I have to take only the heart
Ma'am, even the digestive system.
Any system for that matter, right? So coming back to the bones and the joints and the cartilage. So if these are the two bones, there is a structure out here, tissues, which are basically known as the cartilage. Neha, to answer your question, this is a group of tissue, and cartilage are made out of certain cells which are known as the chondroblasts. These are the kind of cells. These are a little different from normal cells. These are a little soft, too soft to an extent that it has got 75% water.
Okay.
And it has got,
so it's movable, right?
It is not movable. Yeah, of course it's movable, and it is like very soft, if not like jelly, but it is very soft. It is a tissue, lot of cells together. Chondroblast is the name of the cell.
Ma'am?
Yes?
So, if it's not like slime or jelly, is it like clay or something?
I don't know how many of you have chicken. When you have the bone, leg piece of the chicken, right? At the top of it, you will find something very chewy, right? Which is a little transparent and chewy.
Yes, ma'am, it's cartilage. It's called
that's the cartilage. Yes, that's the cartilage. Okay. So human beings also have that. So basically, as we studied, the two bones are joined together by cartilage, and bones can be broadly classified into three types. Immovable, matlab they're just fixed. It just cannot move. They are like fixed joints, right? And there is one type which is slightly movable, right? You can move them little, and there are some which are freely movable, right? The freely movable joints are also known as perfect joints or synovial joints. Now, can you give me examples of joints which are completely fixed joints?
Ma'am, the skull.
The skull, okay. The skull, the upper jaw, you know, our upper lips, the teeth, you know, that portion to the skull, upper jaw is completely fixed. Which are the slightly movable joints?
Ma'am, can I say?
Yes, please do.
Our arms and legs,
Okay.
they are slightly movable, right?
Yeah.
Ma'am, but these the joints of the arm and the leg, they are completely movable, as we can rotate them in a circle as well.
Correct.
And we can move them in almost every direction.
Correct. Yes. So see, basically, when you say about freely movable joints, they will be basically joints which are ball and socket joint. So where do we have the ball and socket joints?
Ma'am, yes,
Our elbow. Sorry, ma'am.
Near the pelvis, right?
See,
Pelvis.
okay, let's do something. Hinge joints, ball and socket joints, and there's something called the pivot joint. So these are the three types of joints which give free movement, right? Which would give free movement. But when we talk about slightly movable joints, this would mainly be the backbone or the vertebral column, right? You can move the backbone front, right? You can move it back, but to an extent. You can't move it 360 degrees. When you move the backbone towards right, it is only to an extent. You can't like completely bend like this sideways, can you? Similarly,
Ma'am, what type of joint is present in the neck?
Neck. You mean to say neck?
Yes, ma'am, neck.
Neck would be pivot joint. I'll come to all the joints one by one. I'll come to the joints one by one, and that will help you to understand, you know, what are the types of joints, what are the kind of movements they provide. Then you yourself will be able to tell which body part has got which joint. Okay?
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yeah, tell me. Ask.
Ma'am, why are the joints a little brown sometimes? Like, ma'am, if you see your knees and elbows are kind of brown.
No. So you're talking about the skin. You're talking about the skin.
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
So basically,
is it true that somewhere I heard that the blood clots around your joints?
No, not really. What happens is that at the point of the joint, wherever you have a joint, for example, this is your knee. Okay. So here, so that you can straighten your knee as well as fold your knee. So there is an excess skin, accumulation of skin, extra skin here. So whenever there is an extra skin here, so obviously that portion of the skin will look a little darker than the other portion. It will also be in your elbows. If you find in your elbows also, it's the same. Knees and elbows mainly.